All right, I think we're live. Yes, we are. Hello, ladies. Happy afternoon. Listen, I've got an awesome story that I really want to share with you. But this is a woman who literally was in dire straits a week and a half ago in Hong Kong. You're going to hear more about this podcast that comes out, or in a couple of podcasts down the line. But here's the story. Check it out. Jackie. She is the owner of a bridal shop in Hong Kong. Her business completely links with coronavirus. Of course, all the weddings are canceled. Nobody's at all thinking about buying wedding dresses because, well, of course, there's just this fear and anxiety of not only planning events, nobody's organizing events, they're all on hold, everything's on pause, and big is a wedding dress, which is a big purchase for most people. There's on completely stalled, right? Because people don't have to go try on their dresses. And women, it's a once in a lifetime purchase, or maybe twice, maybe 3 times, but it's not a recurrent purchase. It's a very expensive purchase, and it's not something that you buy without actually trying on. And for the first week and a half of being confined in Hong Kong, now, as you might know, Hong Kong and China and that area of the world, Asia, is like a couple of weeks ahead of us when it comes down to the coronavirus. Her store was mandated to close, and she's like sitting there for the first week and a half. She's like, oh my gosh, how the heck am I gonna make ends meet? Like, this is just truly sucking. And she's like panicking. She's stuck in that vicious cycle of fear and trying to figure out how to survive, how to pay her rent. Because she's saying, the downtown district of Hong Kong, where her store was, is just exorbitant. There is zero chance I can afford sales on a monthly basis. Like comparing it to Midtown Manhattan financial district rent, it's absurd. She's like, it's roughly $10,000 a month, something. And she's like thinking to herself, like, what do I do? What do I do? And then she got super resourceful. Like a week and a half in, she said, you know what? I'm sick and tired of being anxious. I'm sick and tired of feeling desperate about this. I'm going to take matters into my own hand. Let's see, what is the issue here? Lo and behold, she figured out the issue. Like, the fear, of course, was that she wasn't selling dresses, she wasn't able to rent and all that. The true issue was that she wasn't making money, right? Income was the solution to the problem. It wasn't that she wasn't being able to like go to her store or sell wedding dresses, whatever. Like, she distilled the symptoms and the core problem and separated them and realized that the core problem was figure out how to make money right now. And she defied all convention. So freaking cool. She took a concept that has never really been applied in the world of bridal dresses. Like, if you've had a wedding, you know that you try your dress before you shop. And she said, you know what? I'm going to do this virtually. All wedding dresses through virtual and having virtual try-ons and tests and such. And like within the first 24 hours, she'd already sold 20 dresses. She's like, I'm selling more than I sell in person, which is ridiculous. You see, by pushing forward and deciding to overcome societal and industry standards and saying, you know what, I don't like that rule, I'm going to break it. She's actually selling these dresses and the jewelry and all these consultations than she's ever had by doing them virtually. And she's back in business. So it's just such a feel-good story, and it's such a good lesson for everyone who is struggling with this anxiety and getting the results that you need in order to feel whole again and be able to breathe and give yourself that things are going to be okay, right? So if we distill this, Like, in essence, if you find yourself in a similar situation where you're like sitting in your desk, your chair, in your office, wherever, and you're feeling super anxious about the future of you and your career and what the heck is going to happen, I want you to distill the problem. The symptoms are all the anxieties that arise that are like, I'm definitely going to get laid off. What am I going to do? My industry is tanking, or I'm going to be late on rent this month. Those are all like symptoms, because the problem at its core is making money. Like right now, you need income. How can you increase your ability to make income? And there's a couple of different ways, obviously, for you to do that. But the way for you to figure out what the right answer is to break it down into small bite-sized chunks and tackle the question, how do I make money right now to make ends meet? By putting out, so like a really good exercise that I make some of our women do is, and then start jotting down viable solutions, right? So join Fiverr, join Upwork, connect with some of my connections. Hint, hint, this is why LinkedIn is so important. Email people that I know who are currently in industries that are being successful. Help out with Amazon shipping and or UPS delivery, right? These are all, they're not necessarily your dream job, but when you start moving towards a state that energizes you, you're going to find that perhaps not on your timeline, but you're going to achieve the results that you want. And it's going to move you towards that dream career, and it's going to move you closer, even if you need to take a little bit of a detour, to that dream opportunity that again fulfills you. As long as you're taking steps towards that state that really energizes you and brings you up rather than deflates you, right? Like, what am I going to do? 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 You're going to get stuck rather than saying, okay, here's the problem. What are feasible, even if small, tiny step solutions? Now, of course, you may have heard of this, but you could also make money with me and my business proposition for you with the hurling challenge, which is for the first 2 friends, lady friends, sorry guys, this is not for you. 2 ladies that sign up, you get your fee refunded, and for every 2 women that you bring in, I pay yours. So cold cash, you bring in 2, I gave you $49, which if it's an email or a quick, I don't know, 5-minute call to a friend and say, hey, you should join. I don't know. That's a pretty easy way for you to also make money. And you don't have to stick to just one idea on how to do this. There's multiple threads that you could be pursuing, as long as they're moving you in the right energetic direction, right? Say you're an accountant, you have no intention in being a UPS delivery driver. Well, hey, guess what? If you can be a UPS delivery driver for a couple of weeks until you regain that confidence in yourself, that financial confidence, then it's probably not a bad idea, right? This is where you need to be checking your mind and your ego onto this. Those, your ego and your mind, are keeping you trapped in the cycle of anxiety and fear. And again, if you've been hearing me talk, I'm always trying to move you from this mindset of thriving to a mindset of thriving, right? Or the mindset of surviving to thriving, right? And your survival mode is vicious. It's keeping you anxious. It keeps you in a fear state, and it's not moving you towards where you want to go, okay? So with that, a quick feel-good story for the day. Now, if you do need help and connecting with your connections who, you know, might have better job opportunities right now, they might actually be hiring, but you have no idea because you're not reaching out to them and you're not connecting with them so that you can position yourself in the right way for them to hire you and bring you on board. Check out the LinkedIn, herchallenge.com. And yeah, I think we only have hours left. Special of when you get the top 50 companies that are hiring right now, 500,000 positions opened. And then you get, I literally give you a list of 200 plus recruiting agencies, like the top 200 recruiting agencies in the country. So with that, I sure hope you go right now and sign up, because we are in the final countdown.